The crypto market is about to make a decision that I believe is one of the most important that we've seen this year. Matter of fact, I'm under the belief that whatever is decided from this decision will very likely impact the crypto market not only for a couple days or a couple weeks, but possibly even a couple months. And so today we're going to talk about what this decision is, why it's so important, and what I'm doing now. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Tyler Hill. I am one of the co-founders of the Crypto Strategy School, one of the biggest schools in crypto, and I do post here on YouTube every single day, keeping you fully up to date on what's happening in the news, in the charts, and much more. And again, today we're going to be taking a very deep look at what's happening with this decision and why you need to be watching it so closely. And so with that said, I need to set a little bit of context, so let's stop wasting time and let's get straight into the video. Now, over the last couple of days, we've seen this crypto market all over the place. Of course, we saw the market falling last week. We saw it pumping over the weekend as Trump made the announcement of the crypto strategic reserve. We saw it pull back the next day as a result of tariff news, and now we're kind of just back in this little area. And now that we've seen the market, push us to the upside and pump us to the downside, lift us in the air and kick us down the stairs. I mean, a lot of people are just fumbling and wondering, what is going on, right? One day we're green, one day we're red. Is the bull market over? Is the bear market here? Is the bear market not here? Is the bull market going to keep going, right? No one really knows what's going on. And it's leaving a lot of investors extremely uncertain. Now, this uncertainty is being represented all across the market. I could just show you crypto bubbles and you can see that uncertainty yourself. You look at ADA and Aave, Pi, and HBAR smashing it today at the same time as SWI, CAS, WLD, Litecoin, and ING are all down today. You look at something like your crypto fear and greed index, we're sitting at a 15 in extreme extreme fear, right? We go look at something like, we can just look at your RSI heat map, for example. Look what's happening on the 24-hour. All these cryptos down in weekend oversold zones. There's a lot of uncertainty in this market as a result of people not knowing what happens now. Do we go up or do we go down? And I'm actually under the belief that the crypto market is making the decision right now of whether or not we go up or go down. Let me explain. So this decision that I'm talking about today rests in the charts, okay? I know we don't talk about technical analysis every day here on the channel, but we still talk about it a good bit because it is very important. It's a reflection of investor psychology, and right now it's extremely important to get a good understanding of the chaos that we're seeing in crypto right now. And I believe, again, that we are seeing these charts give us a massive decision. Now, in order for you to understand why this decision is so important, let me explain to you what this decision is. So as you all know, crypto and Bitcoin specifically saw these lows, and this was on February 28th, later in the evening. And then from there, we started to really see things pushing to the upside. We got a little bit of a recovery as I believe the whale started front running the big announcement from Trump. And then we, of course, saw that major rally with Bitcoin recovering all the way back up to $94,000. Now, after we saw that massive move from the crypto market, Bitcoin then started just getting smashed all the way back down, coming back towards $81,000, while many other altcoins actually started to see lows lower than they had been back here, right? Now, as we started to see this happen, I told you all, as Bitcoin's price starts pulling back, it's going to make a decision. And that decision is happening right now. Do we set the higher low or not? It's a very simple decision. It's a very easy to understand decision, but it is one of the most important decisions that crypto could possibly make right now. I'm under the belief that if Bitcoin can successfully establish a higher low right now, this will be one of the biggest liquidity hunts we've ever seen in the world of crypto. What does that mean? I'm under the belief that if Bitcoin can sustain a higher low, maintain, of course, from this low up to this one, so a higher low, hold this range between $84,000 and $81,000 and work its way back up towards $93,000 or $94,000, that this will have been one of the craziest, most accurate, liquidity grabs that I've ever seen within the world of crypto. Because the likelihood is that if it can sustain this low and if it can use it to work its way back up, not only would we be able to re-enter back into this $95,000 to $100,000 range, data and history say that we could continue up past this. Now, what would cause that? Quite frankly, guys, I don't know. Right? We have tariff stuff going on right now. We got war stuff going on right now. We got bad economic data, lack of liquidity. M2 money supply is going up, so that's beneficial. But outside of that, nothing's really pointing in an upwards direction. But hey, sometimes that's the exact thing that does put you upwards, right? But all of that aside, if we can see Bitcoin's price maintain above $82,000 and use this zone of support as support, the door then not only opens for a move back up towards 100K, but oftentimes, and again, history says, even up further past it. It's a crazy thought. Now, on the flip side of this, Bitcoin loses this zone. If Bitcoin loses the $82,000 level, the door then opens for Bitcoin to not only pull back towards the $78,000 level, but possibly even lower. Statistics say that when Bitcoin loses what's called the golden zone, the golden Fibonacci zone, that it opens up the door for what's called a 1.618 Fibonacci extension. And without getting too complicated, all that means is since we lost this golden level right here, we will generally see Bitcoin fall all the way back down to this green level right here, which is called your 1.618 downside Fibonacci extension. That means that if Bitcoin's price loses $82,000, although it's not guaranteed, there is an opportunity that Bitcoin may fall all the way back down towards $69,000. That is a move down right now. I mean, that's the market. That's Bitcoin falling 20%. That means altcoins likely fall anywhere from 30 to 45% themselves. And so I'm sure now you're starting to see the picture that I'm trying to paint. It's not as simple as Bitcoin just trying to bounce right now. Bitcoin is teetering on the edge. Bitcoin is teetering on the edge of this market possibly falling 40%. Bitcoin is teetering on the edge of this market possibly pumping 20+%. And that's why this decision is so important. And so where we are right now in the market is not just a time where you can really not pay attention. Because quite frankly, the fact that Bitcoin is sitting at this level, this is going to be the moment of truth. Does Bitcoin hold the high or low or not? Because if it does, again, hey, we're in a spot where Bitcoin might easily head back up towards 105 plus. It would be hard. I don't know what would get us there, but it could happen. And if it loses it, history shows that a move back towards $69,000 could be possible. Now, before we move into the next portion of the video, which is me talking about what I'm doing as a result of this decision, I will remind you, if any of this ever feels a little complicated, there is a guide for you down below. There's two of them. There's a beginner's one and there's this one. It's beginner crypto investing and crypto investing beyond the basics. These are two completely free guides that you can use to start getting a deeper understanding of how all this stuff works. What is technical analysis? How does it work? What are indicators? What are all of these things I'm talking about in this video? So guys, make sure you go to that link in the description down below. There's two free guides from me to you as a gift. Go download them right now. Start learning up, especially in a moment like this. It will do you a lot more good than harm. Trust me and believe me. Okay, so head to the link down below. Go check that out. Now, moving forward. Okay, what next? So now we know Bitcoin is making a gigantic decision. History says that a big move is likely on the way, depending on what happens here. What do we do now? Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's going to be ugly. One way or another, whatever Bitcoin decides to do here is going to be ugly. You go head out to something like Liquidation map, boom. And you can see the picture that I'm trying to paint. You go look at 30-day liquidations. There are now $3.5 billion worth of liquidations if Bitcoin falls to 78,000. There are now over $12 billion worth of liquidations if Bitcoin goes to $103,000. 15 billion plus liquidations on both sides of the coin now, right? You know, cumulative. What this means is that below us, there's a ton of liquidations, and above us, there are even more liquidations. And history shows that when Bitcoin is trying to make a decision like this of whether or not it's going to hold support or not, and you're getting liquidations building up on both sides, it means investors are starting to get impatient. They're starting to become degenerate. They're starting to gamble. And what's going to happen is that even if Bitcoin does decide to go up, it's probably not going to come without this market ripping to the downside to liquidate those people. Or if the market decides to go down, it's probably not going to come before, without this market fooling us again and trapping some bulls before absolutely crashing. And so knowing that this isn't going to it's very likely not going to just be a simple decision that looks like this or like that because of the amount of liquidations, I'm doing the only reasonable thing to do here, which is not much. I'm just going to watch how it plays out. Bitcoin right now is making a decision that is going to impact the market for months to come. And I'll be here for those months to come. So I'm not going to start getting impatient and trying to time the market prior. All I'm doing right now is I've reinvested a little bit of money. I bought some of these lows down here. I mean, as you can see, we go to the Discord server, right? I told you all yesterday at 5 p.m., which puts Bitcoin's price right back down here, right? In these little levels right around here. I told you all, I bought some Bitcoin. I bought some ETH, some Solana, some ADA, XRP, Ondo, and SWI. That's about it. I'm not opening up any big trades. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm simply just letting this play out. You have to be okay with being annoyed or bored. You have to become patient. Impatience is expensive in a market like this. We say it on Twitter all the time. Impatience is expensive in a market like this. In a moment like right now where Bitcoin is making such a massively important decision, It's very costly to get impatient. Opening up a huge leverage trade right now, just hoping that it goes up, or opening up a huge short trade right now, hoping that it goes down. You're going to put yourself in a spot where some will be right and some will be wrong, and whoever is wrong is going to lose a lot of money. There's even a chance that both will be wrong. There's a chance that boom, boom happens, or boom, boom happens, and everyone up here and everyone down here gets liquidated just like that without even knowing what happened, right? And so I know I sound like a broken record half the time, but now it's probably more important than ever to be patient. Don't rush it. Don't start throwing in huge amounts of leverage right now. Don't start doing huge buys or sells right now. Let this decision be made. Will Bitcoin set the high or low or not? Because as I've said 5 times, history says that if it can successfully hold this zone of support, that we would open up the door of opportunity to push to $100,000 plus. It's not guaranteed. None of this is guaranteed. I don't have a crystal ball. It's just what historical data says, okay? But it also says that if Bitcoin loses support right here, there's an opportunity that it comes back to 78 and tries to bounce. But the higher percentage is that Bitcoin could fall as low as $69,000. Does that mean it's for sure going down there? No. But the opportunity for that to happen goes 50, 60, 70% higher. So I'm going to sit back. I'm going to relax. I'm going to let this play out. Let Bitcoin decide what it's going to do right here before making the next move. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some small purchases. I'm going to take a little profit if it goes up a little bit, but I'm not doing much. I'm going to let this play out, and I'll make my next move afterwards. So again, if you don't know what half the stuff that I just said meant, head to the link down below, go get your free beginner's guide. And if and only if you are an extremely experienced trader who knows what they're doing and you're not new to this market, head to the link to the description down below. Go check out BTCC, and you can get a 10% bonus on all first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. That's available for you down there right now. That's tens of thousands of dollars in rewards that you can get. Again, only if you're an experienced trader who knows what they're doing. And last but not least, if you do want to see real time the things that I'm doing when I'm buying, when I'm selling, get other courses and classes and coaching and live stream and much more, the link to our school is down below. We did just open up 3 more executive tier memberships, but there's also, of course, the $5 and the $17 month tiers, which are available for you down there. So be very patient. Be very calm. Do not get too far ahead of yourselves. Because when liquidations start getting crazy like this, you all know what follows. So be careful and let me know in the comments down below. What's your move? What's your plan? What is your next step from here? Are you waiting? Are you selling? Are you holding? Are you buying? What's your game plan? I can't wait to chat with you all down there. And I appreciate you all for tuning in to another video. Peace out, everybody.